Hello and welcome. What if the secret to a longer, more vibrant life isn't in a new supplement, but in a ritual thousands of years old? Imagine starting each day with an ancient elixir that fuels sustained energy and enhanced well-being. This isn't just about food, it's about reclaiming a forgotten wisdom for modern vitality. Before we begin, I have a simple question for you, and I would love for you to share your answer in the comments below. What was the one breakfast food that you remember most fondly from your childhood? Let's travel back in time for a moment, long before our kitchen cupboards were filled with brightly colored boxes and instant meals. Think about our grandparents or even their grandparents and how they started their day with sustenance that came directly from the earth. There is a forgotten wisdom in the morning rituals of ancient cultures, a practice that we have largely lost in our modern rush. These cultures, many of whom were known for their remarkable health and longevity, didn't rely on sugary cereals or processed pastries for their morning fuel. They understood that the first meal of the day sets the stage for everything that follows, from our energy levels to our mental clarity. The surprising connection we see when we study long-lived people around the world is the profound simplicity and consistency of their morning routines. Whether in the mountains of Sardinia or the islands of Japan, their breakfasts were often humble, based on whole foods that provided slow, steady energy. They weren't chasing a quick sugar rush, but rather building a foundation of vitality that would carry them through a day of hard work and activity. For millennia, simple grains, which we now call ancient grains, held the key to this sustained vitality. These weren't the highly refined, processed grains that we are so familiar with today, but rather the original, nutrient-dense powerhouses of the plant kingdom. They were a form of edible gold, providing not just calories for energy, but a complex array of vitamins, minerals, and compounds that supported the body from the inside out. The art of the morning elixir was about taking these humble grains and transforming them into a warm, nourishing, and easily digestible meal. It was a mindful practice, a way of honoring the body and preparing it for the demands of the day ahead. This ritual was a far cry from tearing open a plastic wrapper or popping a slice of white bread into a toaster. It was a deliberate act of self-care, a moment of quiet connection with the food that would become a part of you. In our modern world, we've traded this deep nourishment for convenience, but we've paid a hidden price for it. The price is often felt as that mid-morning slump, the brain fog that descends after lunch, and that constant feeling of being just a little bit off. By rediscovering the lost art of these morning elixirs, we are not just changing our breakfast, we are fundamentally changing our relationship with our health and energy. We are choosing to start our day with intention, providing our bodies with the clean, enduring fuel they were designed to run on. This is about reclaiming a piece of our heritage, a piece of timeless wisdom that is more relevant today than ever before. Now, let's look more closely at the incredible power locked inside these tiny seeds and understand the science behind the grains. When we talk about ancient grains, we are referring to a group of grains and seeds that have remained largely unchanged by modern breeding and agriculture for thousands of years. We will focus on three specific ones that are particularly wonderful for our morning elixir: amaranth, quinoa, and millet. And these are not your average grains. Their nutritional profiles are unique and incredibly potent, especially for maintaining health as we age. Let's start with amaranth, a tiny seed that was a staple food for the ancient Aztec civilization, who considered it a source of supernatural power. Amaranth is a protein superstar, and what makes it truly special is that it contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein. This is very rare in the plant world and is incredibly important for maintaining muscle mass and strength, which naturally declines as we get older. A single cooked cup of amaranth provides about 9 grams of protein, which is more than you would find in a large egg. But the benefits of amaranth don't stop there. It is also exceptionally rich in key minerals that our bodies crave. It is packed with manganese, a mineral crucial for brain function and forming healthy connective tissues in our cartilage and bones. 1 cup of cooked amaranth can provide over 100% of your recommended daily intake of manganese, ensuring your brain and joints get the support they need. Amaranth is also a fantastic source of magnesium, a mineral involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in our body, including regulating blood pressure and blood sugar. Many people are deficient in magnesium, which can lead to muscle cramps, poor sleep, and fatigue. A cup of cooked amaranth contains about 160 milligrams of magnesium, which is roughly the same amount you would get from eating 2 large bananas. Furthermore, amaranth is high in iron, which is essential for creating red blood cells that carry oxygen around your body, fighting off fatigue and weakness. A single serving gives you about 29% of your daily iron needs, which is more iron than you'd find in a 3-ounce serving of chicken breast. Next, let's talk about quinoa, which has become more popular in recent years, but has been cultivated in the Andes Mountains for over 5,000 years. Like amaranth, quinoa is also a complete protein, making it an excellent choice for preserving our strength and vitality. One of quinoa's biggest benefits is its high fiber content, which is a critical nutrient for digestive health and stable blood sugar. A cup of cooked quinoa contains about 5 grams of fiber, which is similar to the amount of fiber you would find in a large, crisp apple. This fiber acts like a sponge in your digestive system, helping to keep things moving smoothly and preventing constipation, which can be a common concern. This high fiber content also means that the energy from quinoa is released very slowly and evenly into your bloodstream. This prevents the sharp spikes and subsequent crashes in blood sugar that you get from eating refined carbohydrates like white bread or sugary cereals. Quinoa is also loaded with powerful plant compounds called antioxidants, specifically quercetin and kaempferol. Think of antioxidants as your body's personal team of bodyguards, protecting your cells from damage caused by stress and environmental toxins. This cellular protection is fundamental to healthy aging and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. The amount of these beneficial compounds in quinoa is even higher than in traditionally healthy foods like cranberries. Finally, let's explore the humble and gentle grain known as millet, a staple in parts of Africa and Asia for centuries. Millet has a wonderfully mild, slightly sweet flavor and a light, fluffy texture when cooked. It is naturally gluten-free and very easy to digest, making it a soothing and comforting choice for the morning. Millet is a wonderful source of B vitamins, particularly niacin, B3, and thiamine, B1, which are essential for converting the food we eat into usable energy. A consistent intake of these vitamins is key to fighting off that feeling of persistent tiredness and maintaining a healthy metabolism. Like amaranth, millet is also a great source of magnesium, which we know is vital for our nerves, muscles, and heart health. A single cup of cooked millet provides about 100 milligrams of magnesium, which is like eating a generous half cup of almonds. An interesting property of millet is that it is rich in an amino acid called tryptophan, which the body converts into serotonin. Serotonin is often called the feel-good brain chemical because it contributes to a sense of well-being and calmness, making millet a wonderful grain for starting your day on a positive and peaceful note. Now, let's contrast this deep, sustained nourishment with what a typical modern breakfast often provides. Think about a morning that starts with a bowl of sweetened cornflakes, a piece of white toast with jam, or a sugary muffin. These foods are made from highly refined carbohydrates that have been stripped of their fiber and nutrients. When you eat them, your body digests them very quickly, causing a rapid surge of sugar into your bloodstream. For a brief moment, you might feel a burst of energy, but this is quickly followed by a significant crash. Your body releases a large amount of insulin to deal with the sugar overload, which then causes your blood sugar levels to plummet, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and often craving more sugar. This constant up and down cycle is what I call the blood sugar roller coaster, and it sabotages your energy and well-being for the entire day. It puts a tremendous amount of stress on your body and can contribute to weight gain, brain fog, and an increased risk of long-term health issues. Your morning elixir made from ancient grains does the exact opposite. It provides a complex, fiber-rich source of carbohydrates that your body breaks down slowly and steadily over several hours. This results in a gentle, sustained release of energy that keeps you feeling full, focused, and vibrant all the way until lunchtime, without any of the dramatic highs and lows. You are essentially trading a short-lived, low-quality energy spike for a long-lasting, high-quality stream of pure vitality. The science is clear. These ancient grains provide a superior form of fuel that supports cellular health, stable energy, and overall longevity. Now that we understand the incredible why behind these ancient grains, let's move on to the practical how of crafting your own morning elixir. I want to assure you that this process is wonderfully simple and can be easily adapted to your personal tastes and health needs. The goal here is not to follow a rigid, complicated recipe, but to create a nourishing ritual that you genuinely enjoy and can stick with. Let's start with the basic foundation, the core of your longevity-boosting grain elixir. The fundamental ratio for cooking most of these grains is 1 part grain to 2 parts liquid. So for a single serving, you would typically use a half cup of your chosen dry ancient grain, such as amaranth, quinoa, or millet. You would then combine this with 1 cup of liquid in a small saucepan. For your liquid, you have several wonderful options depending on your preference. You can use plain filtered water for the purest taste, or you can use your favorite type of milk to create a creamier texture. Cow's milk works well, as do unsweetened plant-based milks like almond milk, coconut milk, or even oat milk. Once you've combined the grain and the liquid in your saucepan, simply bring it to a boil over medium-high heat. As soon as it starts to boil, reduce the heat to low, cover the pot with a lid and let it simmer gently. The cooking time will vary slightly depending on the grain you've chosen. Quinoa and amaranth typically take about 15 to 20 minutes to become tender and absorb all the liquid. Millet might take a little longer, closer to 25 or 30 minutes, to reach a soft, porridge-like consistency. You will know it's done when the grains are tender and the liquid has been fully absorbed. That is the basic elixir, a warm and nourishing bowl that is already packed with incredible health benefits. But now this is where the magic of personalization comes in, allowing you to elevate your elixir into something truly special. Let's talk about simple ingredient swaps and additions to boost both the flavor and the health benefits. If you enjoy a touch of natural sweetness, I encourage you to avoid refined white sugar and instead turn to whole foods. You can stir in a small handful of fresh or frozen berries, like blueberries or raspberries, during the last few minutes of cooking. The berries will soften and release their natural sweetness and vibrant color, while also adding a powerful dose of antioxidants. Another wonderful option is to mash half of a ripe banana and stir it into the cooked grains for creaminess and sweetness. If you prefer a liquid sweetener, a small drizzle of pure maple syrup or raw honey can be a lovely addition. A sprinkle of a warming spice like cinnamon is also a fantastic choice, as it adds a beautiful flavor and can help to further stabilize your blood sugar levels. Next, let's add some healthy fats and a satisfying crunch, which are important for brain health and keeping you feeling full for longer. A small handful of chopped walnuts or pecans is an excellent choice, as they are rich in omega-3 fatty acids that support cognitive function. You can also sprinkle on a tablespoon of seeds, such as chia seeds, ground flax seeds, or hemp hearts. These tiny seeds are nutritional powerhouses, packed with fiber, protein, and those same brain-boosting omega-3s. A spoonful of nut butter, like almond or cashew butter, stirred into the warm grains creates a deliciously creamy texture and adds a wonderful dose of healthy fats and protein. For those looking to increase the protein content even further, there are several simple and effective options. You can stir in a few spoonfuls of plain Greek yogurt or cottage cheese after the grains have cooked and cooled slightly. This will add a significant protein boost and a pleasant tangy flavor that pairs beautifully with fruit. Sprinkling on those hemp hearts I mentioned earlier is another easy way to add protein, as they are one of the best plant-based sources available. Finally, you can infuse your elixir with potent anti-inflammatory spices to help soothe your joints and support your overall well-being. A quarter teaspoon of turmeric, paired with a tiny pinch of black pepper to enhance its absorption, can add a beautiful golden hue and powerful healing properties. A bit of ground ginger can add a zesty warmth and is wonderful for digestion, while a pinch of cardamom can lend an exotic, fragrant aroma. Now, I understand that the idea of cooking grains on the stovetop every morning might seem daunting, especially if your mornings are busy. So let's discuss some practical tips for integrating this ritual seamlessly into your life. My favorite method is to practice batch cooking, which saves an enormous amount of time. On a Sunday afternoon, you can cook a larger batch of your chosen grain, say 2 cups of dry grain with 4 cups of liquid. Once it's cooked and cooled, you can store it in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 4 or 5 days. Each morning you simply scoop out a serving, add a splash of milk or water, and gently reheat it on the stovetop or in the microwave. Then you can add your favorite toppings, and you have a deeply nourishing breakfast ready in just 2 or 3 minutes. Another wonderful hands-off method is to use a slow cooker. Before you go to bed, you can combine the grains, liquid, and any spices you like in your slow cooker. Set it to the low setting, and you will wake up in the morning to the beautiful aroma of a perfectly cooked warm breakfast waiting for you. This approach truly embodies the idea of an elixir, a magical potion that brews while you sleep. The key is to find the method that works best for your schedule and lifestyle, so that this practice feels like a gift to yourself, not a chore. By preparing this simple ancient elixir, you are taking a powerful and proactive step toward better health each and every morning. This nourishing practice extends far beyond the physical benefits we find in the breakfast bowl. It's a truly holistic approach to well-being. The simple mindful act of preparing and eating this morning meal can have a profound impact on your mental and emotional state for the rest of the day. Think about the psychological benefits of engaging in a mindful morning ritual, especially in a world that often feels chaotic and rushed. When you take just 10 or 15 minutes to slowly prepare your elixir, you are creating a pocket of calm and intention at the very start of your day. Instead of rushing out the door with a piece of toast in your hand, you are giving yourself a moment to pause, to breathe, and to focus on the act of nourishing your body. This simple ritual sends a powerful message to your subconscious mind that you are worthy of care and attention. This act of mindful preparation can be a form of meditation in itself, helping to lower your levels of cortisol, the primary stress hormone. A calm and centered start to the day naturally leads to a more calm and centered experience throughout the day, making you more resilient to daily stressors. The consistent practice of this morning ritual transforms more than just your physical health. It can reshape your entire mindset. It fosters a sense of discipline and self-respect, as you are making a daily commitment to your own well-being. This one positive choice in the morning often creates a ripple effect, encouraging you to make healthier choices throughout the rest of your day. You might find yourself more inclined to go for a walk, to drink more water, or to choose a healthier lunch because you've already set a positive and healthy tone. Over time, this isn't just a breakfast routine. It becomes a cornerstone of a healthier, more intentional lifestyle. I have had the privilege of witnessing real-life transformations from individuals who have embraced this ancient wisdom. I remember a gentleman named Arthur who was in his late 70s and had been struggling with low energy and digestive discomfort for years. He had been starting his day with coffee and a pastry for as long as he could remember, feeling a brief lift, followed by a long, draining afternoon slump. He decided to try starting his day with a warm bowl of millet, topped with berries and walnuts, for just 1 week. After only a few days, he reported that his digestion felt calmer and more regular than it had in years. By the end of the week, he was astonished by the steady, reliable energy he felt throughout the day, allowing him to enjoy his afternoon gardening without feeling exhausted. Then, there was a lovely lady named Margaret, who was concerned about her blood sugar levels and the brain fog that seemed to be a constant companion. She swapped her morning bowl of instant oatmeal, which was often high in added sugars, for a simple bowl of quinoa cooked with cinnamon. She told me that within a month, her mind felt sharper and clearer in the mornings, and she no longer experienced that desperate craving for something sweet in the middle of the afternoon. Her doctor was also very pleased with the positive changes in her blood sugar readings during her next checkup. These stories are not about some magical overnight cure, but about the profound and cumulative effect of a simple, consistent, and positive change. They demonstrate that by returning to the wisdom of our ancestors and choosing to nourish ourselves with real whole foods, we can reclaim our vitality at any age. This morning elixir is more than just a meal. It is an act of profound self-love that nourishes your body, calms your mind, and uplifts your spirit. And it is a daily reminder that you have the power to influence your own health and well-being, one warm and comforting spoonful at a time. As we bring our conversation to a close, I want to focus on your personal path to sustained vitality and the incredible long-term benefits of this practice. Committing to this daily ritual is not about a short-term diet. It is an investment in your long-term health and a strategy for a longer, more vibrant life. The long-term benefits of consistently starting your day with an ancient grain elixir are truly cumulative and wide-ranging. Over weeks and months, you will likely notice a significant improvement in your digestive health, with more regularity and less bloating or discomfort. The high fiber content of these grains works to cleanse your system and feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which is the foundation of a strong immune system. You will experience the profound difference between the fleeting energy from sugar and the deep, sustained energy that comes from complex carbohydrates. This stable energy will not only help you feel more physically capable throughout the day, but will also lead to enhanced mental clarity and focus. The rich array of minerals like magnesium and manganese will work to support your bone density and joint health, keeping you active and mobile. The complete proteins will help you maintain your precious muscle mass, which is crucial for strength, balance, and a healthy metabolism as you age. Furthermore, the heart-healthy fats from added nuts and seeds, combined with the cholesterol-lowering properties of the fiber, contribute to a healthier cardiovascular system. This single morning habit creates a powerful, positive cascade of benefits that touches nearly every system in your body. So I extend a heartfelt call to action to you today. I invite you to start your own longevity journey. You don't need to make a dozen changes at once. Simply start with this one powerful, positive step. Commit to trying this morning elixir for just 1 week and pay close attention to how you feel. Notice your energy levels, your digestion, your mood, and your mental clarity. I am confident that you will feel a tangible, positive difference that will inspire you to continue. This is a gift of health that you can give yourself every single day, a simple act of nourishment that honors the incredible body you live in. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly hope this has inspired you to rediscover the ancient wisdom that lies within these humble yet powerful grains. If you found this information helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel for more tips on living a long and healthy life. In our next video, we will be exploring the world of ancient herbs and how they can be used to promote a deep and restful night's sleep. Before you go, please remember the information shared in this video is based on extensive research and my experience in helping people improve their well-being through diet and lifestyle. I am not a medical doctor, and this content should not be taken as medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider for any personal health concerns.